Back with you on Bump and Run on Fox Sports 1498.3 FM, 7:48 on this Wednesday morning. And it's time for our weekly visit with the Chapman Panther head football coach, Coach Mark Hodge, brought to you by Pepperoni Express. Coach, good morning.
Good morning. How y'all today?
Well, we're pretty good, Coach, and I imagine you're doing pretty good after a big win over Union County last Friday night.
Yeah, we, blessed to be able to go to Union and win at Union. That happened many times in my career, so that was enjoyable to be able to leave there under those winning circumstances. So.
Well, Coach, it all started with the offense. It was very good again on Friday night. Y'all put up some big points like last year. It didn't look like y'all missed a beat offensively.
Yeah, we played really well. McKaylee is really developing at a pace much faster than I expected him to, and doing things we weren't positive he could or couldn't do because he's never really had the opportunity due to his injury. So just his pocket presence, his knowledge of the game is doing phenomenal things for us on the offensive side. And the fun thing about it is we're still not really good. We had 12 penalties, a bunch of missed assignments, a bunch of missed blocks. So, it's encouraging that we can still have a lot of growth in that, just on that side of the ball, not to mention everywhere else.
Coach, you also had a big day from your running back, a couple of rushing touchdowns. Talk about his performance.
Yeah, Dante. We got two really good running backs, Dante and Brandon. And Dante got to workload the other night. We were looking to split them up a little bit more, but then Brandon ended up having to go play linebacker and special teams. So, but that's the good thing about both of them is they're strong, their pass protection is good, and either one of them on any play have the ability, strength and speed-wise, to break a tackle and take it to the house. And so that just adds that much more pressure to defenses because you got to defend the whole game and the whole field.
Coach, what about your defense?
We are not very good on defense right now, but we knew that going in. If you'd have asked me before the game exactly what I thought would have happened, it pretty much happened. Now, I wouldn't have told you we would have scored that many points, but we're just young. We only got two guys back on defense. Assignment's not very good. Techniques aren't very good. Tackling's not very good. Getting to the ball is not very good. But it's something that we knew. It was no different 2 years ago when we went to Union. We were not very good on defense then either, and we're pretty decent by the end of the year. So we're just going to hold the plan and keep the course. But the other thing, you got to give Union a whole lot of credit now. They're going to be very, very good at the end of the year. I really enjoyed my time with Coach Thompson, and the spirit of his team and his players is probably the best I've seen in many years at Union, even after the game. Just their psyche and spirit was very positive and very energetic, and leads me to believe that, once they get truly established, that they're going to be a team to truly reckon with. So got to give them a lot of credit as well.
Coach, another area y'all kind of struggled a little bit was on the special teams, making the extra points.
We were terrible there, too. Some of that was our snapper was actually suspended, our long snapper. That's why we did some of the things we did with the quick kicks. And you throw that in, we didn't protect very well and not trusting it very well. And, those are very concerning issues. We've got to make sure we can get everybody to make great decisions to get to Friday. We've got to have a couple other guys prepared and ready just in case, something like that occurs or injuries occur. And special teams are huge, especially in close games, and so we've got a whole lot of room there to improve as well. So that's a good thing about playing a team like Union first game is, they point out exactly where you're not very good, and so there was no questions of what we've got to work on this week.
Coach Mark Hodge joins us on the Sign Force Hotline, brought to you by our friends at Pepperoni Express here on Bump and Run. Coach, this week you get a familiar opponent. Y'all have met up with Seneca a couple of times recently.
Yeah, we have. We've had the fortune to – you can't get to Seneca from here. I'm not sure how they get here from there either, but fortunately this week we get to play at home, and I think it's the fifth time in 4 years we played. So we're getting pretty familiar with those guys, and Coach Caps does a good job. He's got a young team too. A lot of kids graduated last year, so they didn't play last week. So we're still not exactly sure what we're going to get or what they truly look like. So it'll kind of be a game plan on the fly as we go.
Coach, you said you haven't had really a chance to see them because they haven't played this season. But what are some of the things that they have done in the past? What is their typical tendencies?
They're an H-back team, so they're going to give you a lot of power and counter. So you've got to be able to fit your read your keys and fit your gaps up front. The secondary's got to be heavily involved in the run game. But then you're suspect to play action passing, so you got to make sure you're very disciplined. Defensively, they give you issues because they're in a 3-4, and their front three are usually very, very good, so they typically can help stymie your run with 5 guys in the box. So they'll drop 7 and 8 at times, so it makes it tough for some of those little passing windows. So we just got to be smart, recognize what they're doing, and be able to make our checks up front and make sure we got the right calls for our blocking assignments, and just don't try to force anything. Just take what they give us, and because a lot of times they will say go drop 8. They just want you to work it down the field, so you just have to be patient there. So that'll be different from this week. Last week we had a lot of man, so this week we're going to get a lot of zone. So be another great opportunity for McKaylee to continue to improve and get some experience there as well.
Coach, how's the health of your team?
Decent. We it's I think like Union kind of physically whipped us the majority of the game up front, so we got some guys banged up. Got a couple guys out. We got a couple guys we knew would be out for the season, but it's decent. Not nothing that's got us drastically worried, but at the same time we kind of hold our breath every time we practice.
Coach, our very own Alex Smith last year, when you guys failed to score under 60, would be very upset. So, Coach, 59 points. Come on, Coach, you got to get over the 60 hump.
Yeah, extra points hurting us right now. But no, we were just fortunate. McKaylee played really well. I think we threw it to 8 different receivers, and running backs played well. And defensively we did enough to win, but we got to continue to get better. Because again, we're probably graded about 60% on offense and probably about 40% on defense and special teams. So we got a whole lot of work in front of us.
Coach, we appreciate you coming on with us, and we'll talk to you on Friday. We'll be out there for the pep rally and then out there for the tailgate show Friday night.
Awesome. Great. Can't wait to see y'all.
Good to talk to you, Coach. See you Friday.
All right, guys. Thank you.
That's Coach Mark Hodge, head coach of the Chapman Panthers.